guys, welcome back to our live. I'm Fiona.
And I'm Trisha Wonderland.
And we're from Laugh and Learn Autism Therapy. Currently we're at the Grand Blanc location. Today we're going to be doing a kind of segment where you can ask us any questions you have about autism or ABA therapy, and we'll do our best to give you guys some good answers. We're going to kick things off though with doing a little bit of a demonstration. So sometimes one thing that parents might run into with an autistic child is maybe they're trying to set their kid up for success for the day. So providing them with some kind of schedule or plan or prepping them can really help the child to know what to expect is going to come next, and therefore be able to enter that in a more regulated state. So she's going to demonstrate how a parent might go through this.
All right, Sally, we are going to Barb's house today. We're gonna go over there. There's going to be Kyle who's there playing. So first we're gonna get dressed, and then we're gonna go in the car. Then we're gonna go to Barb's house. We're going to play with Barb and Kyle, the kids there. Then we're gonna clean up, and then we're gonna go back home. Right. Visual schedules are great for a few different reasons. One, it helps our brain to process pictures versus words. Your child may not be able to read yet, so those pictures still allow them to understand and prime and prep them for what is coming next and what to expect in a level that they can understand. A tip for visual schedules, especially if you're using them for more of those consistent routines, like maybe you're getting ready in the morning and you need your child to brush their hair, brush their teeth, get dressed and get out the door. I highly recommend taking pictures of your child doing those activities, involving them in the process, and then creating that visual schedule for them. I found that kids definitely enjoy it more when it's personalized to them, whether it has their favorite characters on there. You could make up scripts to go along with that visual schedule, and or including them in those pictures. It makes it a little bit more exciting and fun for them to participate, and just having more of that guidance, but a guidance tool that can also help them be independent. So that is another perk with using visual schedules, is that at first they might need support from an adult kind of reviewing it with them, but eventually they get used to seeing it and understanding the visual schedule, and it can create more opportunities for them to be independent with following it.
And how often would you say a parent could refer back to that visual schedule throughout the day?
Yeah, that's a great question. A lot of times when we use visual schedules, we might move the picture over from like due to done. So let's say all those big activities. So hey, okay, we're gonna get dressed. They get dressed, they come back, you move it over to the done section, right? And then, okay, next we're gonna get in the car. Then they get in the car, you get to your destination, then you move that one over. So I would say each icon or picture that you're using to break up the day or the schedule or whatever it will be, that is a good time to kind of do like a check-in with your child. I think having your phone for timers, it could be really beneficial. You know, if your child wants to leave but you can't, right? Putting on that timer and being like, hey, we're gonna leave in 5 minutes. When the timer goes off, again, there's lots of cool apps for cool timers too. Sometimes there's like free ones where there's a character and an egg, and as it gets closer, it will crack open and then you see the character. So not only is it working on that tolerance of waiting, but it's also fun, and the kids usually enjoy watching it. It gives them something else to do when they're just simply waiting, because let's be honest, it's hard for all of us just to sit and not do anything and wait. So I would say timers is something helpful, visual schedules are helpful, or any visuals that may help your learner. So sometimes we just have like all done or wait visuals, maybe that you're carrying on a lanyard, or stop or go, or just simple picture icons that might help your learner to communicate potty. So if your learner likes to use or needs to use those to communicate, I would bring those with you as well.
Yeah, and then do you have any specific, this is kind of a large question, but any specific like fidget tools or fidget toys that might be useful in those public areas?
Sure. Yeah, and this is a little individualized for your child, but yeah, some kids love the fidget spinners. There's lots of different sensory things out there now, right? The squishy items that you can kind of twist and twirl to keep your hands busy. I mean, really, it's endless. The pop-it tubes, there's so many different fidgets. So if your kid enjoys that, or they might engage in behaviors with their hands that are undesirable, having something to keep their hands busy and to focus their attention in maybe situations that might be a little overstimulating could help them be more successful too. Technology is a wonderful thing, so it's very easy to get pictures of whatever you might want to add on to that visual schedule. You can take pictures on your phone and put it on a Word document or a Google Doc, right, and cut it down and make sure that all of the icons are the same size. You can write the word in the icon. So it's really easy nowadays to get those, whatever visuals you might need. Whether it's an airplane, my biggest recommendation is trying to get those visuals to look the most like the real thing. That requires less pairing and less complications for the learner to understand what that icon might mean. So if you can get it to the closest as what the real thing looks, do it. So if you're gonna go fly out of Flint airport, you can take a picture of Flint Airport and add it on as an icon. So
I love that.
Same with wherever your destination place is. I'm sure that there are pictures on the internet that you can screenshot or take a picture on your phone and kind of, again, personalize and individualize those icons.
And I know you mentioned a little bit previously about involving your child in the process of making that visual schedule or visual supports. What are some tips that you have for ways that they can be involved in that process?
Yeah. They can help pick out the pictures. Maybe you're giving them choices like, hey, I'm making the next one to the hotel that we're going to, right? And there's maybe 3 pictures to choose from. You can have them select the one they like the most. Again, you can use pictures of the child doing whatever it may be. So maybe part of it's riding in the car. So you might have them in the car, buckled up. You might take a picture of them then and add that as a visual schedule icon. The same way that we are kind of going over what it might look like for the child with ASD, we can also do that same thing for the neurotypical child. I think getting an idea and understanding that, hey, this might happen, this is what we're gonna do, and kind of just priming and prepping them for that situation can be just as beneficial for them as the child with ASD. I know sometimes the siblings have to, maybe we're at the grocery store and we're having a meltdown and we might have to leave, right? So kind of explaining those situations and what you might have to do could help better prepare that neurotypical child as well. I know, which I hadn't known previously until a family member told me, but they go to Disney World or Land. Which one's in Florida?
I think that's Land?
Land, okay.
I don't know.
Often, and they have it to where if you have a child with a disability, you might qualify to get those fast passes with them. And this individual loves amusement parks, but cannot wait. Waiting in those long lines in the heat, it's no fun for anyone, but something that they are not able to tolerate. So amusement parks might have that as an option if you're going on vacation. So definitely check that out. A lot of places do sensory-friendly events, so really tune into the community. If you're going on vacation, there's likely Facebook pages or different areas to Google information about different things you can do in that local area. Thankfully, there's just many different events that have sensory-friendly pieces to it to help cater to our kids' going to those spaces and being successful. So.
Yeah, that really is a growing thing. I mean, at least in our area, we're currently in like the Grand Blanc Flint area, and we serve the Brighton area as well. There's a decent amount of sensory friendly events that go on. Honestly, even just looking up sensory friendly or autism friendly or neurodivergent, you can find all sorts of events. We recently had over in Milford a sensory friendly Renaissance festival. That was the first year they did it, but there's always new events like that popping up. We have an inclusive Halloween event. Depending on the area you live, you could also check out some of the maybe universities in the area, because they might kind of sponsor some of those events or put on events like that to be inclusive towards their community. Or even movie theaters I've seen have had different sensory friendly days. I know sports as well, like the Tigers or other sports teams, depending on where you are, might offer different days like that.
Zoo is another one.
Oh yeah, I don't know if you guys know about the Detroit Zoo Hero Walk, but that's coming up on September 19th. It's a huge event in Detroit, Michigan, so feel free to go there.
I know a big one that I help with families is that transition to bedtime. The more routine you can kind of set up, I think it really helps the child to be more successful. So, hey, maybe you can't set up the same exact routine right when they get home every day, but maybe the activity right before dinner or bedtime is consistent. So maybe you read before you take a bath or you shower right before you go to bed. I always recommend not going from a very, very high preferred to a low preferred.
Yeah.
So if you're going to tablet, you have your tablet and that's your kid's favorite activity, going from tablet right to bed, probably not going to be very successful. You need something in between there. So maybe we go from tablet, that's really high preferred, to reading a book that's kind of moderate, then to bed, right? And it helps, the child to kind of relax and get into that mode, but those routines really, really help your children to be successful too. When you're going from the home out, again, visual schedules, priming, reviewing with your child what you're doing, what that's going to look like, so they can feel more prepared on knowing what's to come, and that can kind of ease those transitions as well.
Something I've seen also used here in the our center is giving them a choice in the method that they get there. So maybe instead of changing tasks, like, oh, we're gonna go over here now, you ask them, okay, do you want to run to go to dinner? Do you want to skip to go to dinner? Do you want to jump? Or give them like just two options, and that kind of makes it more fun and draws their focus a little bit to now the fun method of getting there, as opposed to what they're going to be doing when they're getting there.
Yeah, choices help so much, and you can embed them in everything. You know, do you want mommy or daddy to drive? Do you want to listen to country music or pop? Or, you know, there's just so many choices you can kind of give them throughout that experience that can help them as well. There's definitely a shortage of clinicians, you know, just in general. So I have seen this in the past of, you know, where a clinician might have a lot of cases, and usually supervision is weekly, or usually we see our clients twice per week. I know in-home creates totally different barriers though, so this really can vary place to place, and kind of what their standards are. I know being a clinician and working in home previously at another company, you know, I was traveling to an hour away one day and then another hour away from my home the next. And so if there were cancellations, or it was very challenging to manage that schedule. But when you are in supervision, I know for our clinic, we do a really good job at being engaged with our clients. We want to pair with them. We also need to look over their goals and progress to make sure that they're making progress in all those areas and open new targets or put in programs. If they are low on those, we also want to check the trends of the behavior data, check in with our staff to make sure that things are going well, ask them what things that aren't going well, or if they need any clarification or modeling for any of the programs. ABA should be continuous, right? We should be continually building skills, especially if we're continuing therapy. If you're a parent, I recommend asking for a parent meeting with your clinician and just be honest and candid. Having open communication with your clinician is something that should be really valued, because as clinicians, we want to make sure that our goals are aligned with yours as a parent, and we want to help the child continue to exceed. If they're still receiving services but goals are met, here we would create new goals. We would add them in the next treatment plan, state the start date that we started those goals, because we want to continuously probe and assess in the assessment tool that we're utilizing and selecting new targets and keep that progress going. You know, especially in home, you get front row seats to the ABA and what it looks like and what skills they're working on with your child. You know, for some parents that are really involved, I might request extra parent meetings with the insurance provider. Usually the insurance providers really like when we're doing extra parent meetings, because our goal is to work ourselves out of a job, right? We want the child to succeed. We want to teach the parents how to teach the child. And our goal is to kind of fade out as the child progresses. So that is something that you could ask as a parent. It's like, hey, I would like weekly parent meetings or bi-weekly parent meetings or once a month. A lot of payers do allow that telehealth for that code 97156 for parent trainings, to allow a little more flexibility for your clinician. If she is working in home, her schedule might be a little crazy, but having that option to do, telehealth appointments, virtual appointments for the parent meetings could make her more successful with doing them more frequently. And you can talk about these barriers. You can talk about progress. You can talk about what we'd like to work on next, barriers that are going on at home. A lot of times during parent meetings, we can have the parents kind of take some of that ABC data, that's the antecedent behavior consequence, to kind of teach them how to navigate some of those interfering or maladaptive behaviors and teach them skills on how to support them. So. It can look different depending on the parent. So I have some parents where, I always come in with an agenda for the meeting, but I always give the parents the opportunity to, kick off any concerns that they have or any questions that they have first, to make sure that we have time to go through them. I have some parents that, although I come with an agenda, I don't usually get to most of it. They kind of lead those conversations. They have a lot of questions about various things, whether it's, their struggle with sleeping or nighttime routines or going out in public. A lot of times we share successes together. So if they're noticing successes at home or something new or a new skill that they're seeing, we talk about that. And then I go over the progress of things that we're experiencing in ABA, where they're at with meeting their goals, what we just mastered, so parents can work on those skills at home and work on generalizing them. We also make sure we go through the behavior intervention plans with the parents, or if we're updating them, we go over those updates. If we're changing how we're teaching skills, we might go over why we had to adapt that and how it's supporting that learner. So parents might know, hey, my child's responding really well with this prompting method, so they can use that at home as well. So if there's less behaviors that they need less support. But if your learner, I'm telling you, I have some learners that learn quickly, and so they do kind of still take up a lot of my attention, because I have to add in new programming and keep up with things more regularly. So that could mean that, it does take a little bit more time in that aspect. If there is a client that has low rates of behavior, the technician's really doing awesome, and the programs are steady, then they might not need supervision as often.
Autism, we actually partner with a company, Mind or Memory, that does all of their evaluations via video conference, which I don't know of how necessarily new that is. I know it's kind of new to us, but it's interesting how they were explaining the precautions and protocol they take to make sure that the assessment is equally as valid as an assessment that would be done in person. I feel like, was there any points that they kind of mentioned that were of interest to you?
I think it's been mentioned to be able to do it through video is that you can see that child in more of their natural environment, so they're not going to a novel place and situation. I know clinicians, there are some insurance providers that allow us to do our initial assessments telehealth. It depends greatly on your insurance carrier, but there are so many tools, especially since COVID, that we can utilize to kind of support getting that accurate data, even through telehealth methods.
Yeah, and a lot of times those assessments are going to have a less of a wait list. So if you're kind of in a hurry to get into services and you want that support as soon as you can, a lot of times those places are a great option.
Obviously, there's some school options. So being a paraprofessional, going into special education, and then from an ABA standpoint, you can become a behavior technician and a registered behavior technician, so get that certification. There's behavior BCABA, so it's a bachelor's level clinician, and then there's BCBA, which is master level. So those are the kind of options. I know in some schools there's behavior interventionists, there's social work, there's psychologists that can work with kids with special needs as well. There's other programs, though, too, maybe nonprofits that support learners' vocational skills if you want to work for more of the adult population. Those are just a few.
Some places, too, might have a practicum program. Did you touch on that when you were talking, or?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
So the practicum program, again, just supports that person becoming a BCABA or a BCBA, so that they've already kind of gathered that schooling or started the schooling for those career paths. But there is a practicum or an internship that's included in those, so different ABA companies can support people with achieving that career.
Yeah, just different avenues. You can also do training online at behavioruniversity.com. Good to know.
Right.
We love the resources. Yes, share all that, because this is an ever-growing field. There is an ever-growing need to support our kiddos and our young adults that have autism, and so we appreciate everyone coming and joining our live. This has been Laugh and Learn. Come laugh. What was it that you want to say?
Thank you for laughing and learning with us.
There we go. See you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.